I did a long video on my page right before this one about how it is now the official policy of Donald Trump, his administration, his Department of Justice, and his FBI, and almost every elected Republican in the House of Representatives to cover up the actions of Jeffrey Epstein and his co-conspirators in the sexual assaults of thousands of teenage girls. That is now official policy of this government. That is now the official policy of Donald Trump and the Republican Party. And if you still support Donald Trump, you support that. If you still support Donald Trump, you personally, individually support covering up the actions of Jeffrey Epstein and his co-conspirators in the sexual assaults of thousands of teenage girls. You support that now. That is the official position of this government. That is the official position of this president. That is the official position of the Republican House majority, who has voted on it twice in the last 18 hours, 2 times. Every single Republican except for one who voted on these 2 pieces of legislation voted to maintain keeping all of the Epstein files private and concealed from the public. Covering up for Jeffrey Epstein and his co-conspirators and what they did to thousands of teenage girls. You now support that if you still support Trump. You guys didn't really believe that a guy who has had 30 sexual harassment, sexual assault, civil cases filed against him was really going to release the Epstein files, didn't you? Did you? You really didn't believe that a guy who did what he did to E. Jean Carroll, that has now cost him $80 million and has resulted in a federal judge describing Donald Trump's actions as within the definition of rape. You didn't think that guy was going to release the Epstein files, did you? Maybe you did. I don't know. Maybe you did believe that. But regardless of what you believed or not, it is now the official policy of Donald Trump, his administration, his FBI, his Department of Justice, and almost every single elected Republican in the House of Representatives. We're going to cover up what Jeffrey Epstein did. We're going to cover up for Jeffrey Epstein. We're going to cover it up for every single one of Jeffrey Epstein's co-conspirators. We're going to cover all of that up and conceal it from the public. If you support Donald Trump in July of 2025, you support protecting Jeffrey Epstein and his co-conspirators.